Hey, happy Friday, everyone. And you know what that means? Yep, that means we got another weekly blog post to go over. And today is a little bit interesting. We have those new Blitz changes to talk about, which they mentioned a few weeks back in the 2020 roadmap. And we do have a new farmable character coming, which is a bit of a relief because I thought Negasonic might be the last one for the month. So thankfully, she wasn't. We also have a new Milestone event coming, and I also want to touch briefly at the end about the live PVP Oopsie that happened yesterday as well. So without further ado, let's jump on over to the blog post. Alright, and so we're going to be going through this together. Looks like today's blog post is titled Hit the Books. So greetings, Commander. Sharpen your number 2 pencil and earn extra credit this week for taking your opponents to school with multiple events that reward raising your hand and then lowering it hard on unsuspecting foes. We've also got a mutant blasting his way into the raid store, blitzes that are sure to steal the show, and a bonus event swinging into the Spider-Verse. So here we are. So the valuable lessons milestone. So this is to do with the mentorship tag that some of you guys might have seen in the game from the patch. So for 11 days, fight in arena, blitz, and raid battles. So this is important here. So arena, blitz, and raid battles with characters possessing the mentorship trait. I'm not sure why my cursor's kind of disappearing here. The possessing the limited time mentorship trait. So this is to earn more points towards that milestone, which will reward superior and advanced gear, so orange and purple gear, and then of course you can filter your roster using the mentorship tag to figure out who that is. And so I'll be doing an event probably closer to the time and kind of going over which characters you can use for all that stuff and sort of who is the best. Again, it's for arena, so I'm not too sure if you'll want to necessarily do that. Kind of like the X-Force event. You know, if you're someone who doesn't do all 5 attacks per day, you could do this to earn extra arena points, of course. But I imagine that a lot of the points is going to be coming from Blitz, and if you can kind of squeeze them into your raid battles, then you know, maybe do it that way. But depending on who you use, it might not be possible to do that. So I suspect a lot of this is going to be revolved around Blitz this time, like they normally are anyway, so nothing new there. There's going to be a login calendar as well, so gold orbs, gear credits, those are those sort of the purple gear orbs that show up in the Blitz store, and other various gear, so hopefully there might be some orange stuff in there for me. Bonus events, quarter, blitz, and raid frenzy. I don't really make too much use of this, but if you are going hard on any of the blitzes for, you know, if you need to, then you know, you can keep spamming that same team for 25 blitz charges. Sometimes I make use of that and, you know, use my black order or my X-Men team, and I just, you know, spam 25 until I run out if I really need to. The raid frenzy, I've never really taken much advantage of this. You know, you get 20% cost reduction for raid energy if you need to heal or whatever, or revive in raids. You know, like, okay, but I just don't know how. I guess if you're really pushing raids, then you could do this for, let's say, Ultima 7 if you're trying, or 6 if you're trying to push for 100%. That's probably the only reason why I would use that, but aside from that, it's not all that amazing. The blitz improvements, this is a huge thing here though. So they talk about how they mentioned about it in the 2020 roadmap and all that. So this adjustment is going to be going in starting the Baron Mordo's Dark Arts Blitz. So that's probably one of the next blitzes coming up in the week. So the first update you'll notice is that we're limiting the number of chargeless attacks for characters to 8 per 24-hour period. With 2 hours between each refresh. So this to me sounds like you're going to have a maximum of 8 rotations for free each day, each 24-hour period, but this shouldn't impact any of your blitz charges that you use on your team. So any of the 25, 25, 25, and then 50 and so on. You know, you should still be able to do that. These are just for the free attacks that you get daily. So this is going to be capped out at 8 rotations, which is still quite a bit. But I mean, if in terms of the higher end blitzes though, I guess, you know, this might reduce the ceiling in terms of the points that people are collecting, you know, especially in the top 2,000 or you know, anything like that, or any of the higher percentage, top 2%. So this meant a lot more flexibility in your day. Personally, I'm not doing, you know, 8 rotations a day, but, you know, for all those who you are, if any of you do more than 8 a day, then you have a lot of time to blitz. Next, we've improved the reward structure for multi-day character blitzes. The only numbered rank rewards will be the top 100. So that's interesting. So, okay, no more top 2,000 then. So I guess I'm wrong there. It's only going to be top 100 anymore. And now it says players in the top percentile brackets will earn more shards than they currently do. So most players should see more character shard boards. So if they're keeping the top 1 to 2%, that means there's going to be more people in there. But the shards that you do get will be greater than what they are right now, which is usually, I think, 55 shards for most top 2%. I think maybe 60 shards on the second run of like the second run of new character blitzes, but I think that's typically what it is. We've also updated the point calculations. Winning matches is now more valuable in terms of points awarded. As a result, we're slightly reducing the points awarded when taking on very powerful opponents. The intention here is to reward opponent selection, team construction, and battle strategy to place less emphasis on easily steamrolling teams with a high TCP roster. Sounds like when I just use my Black Order and I'm steamrolling like any team. So we'll see how this makes an adjustment to blitz points and see if it makes a huge difference. And I'll probably make a video about that. Maybe I'll do a little bit of blitzing on Monday and see if that's changed there. So we hope enjoy these updates and look forward to hearing your feedback. Raid store updates. We are getting Cyclops to the Raid store after what, 6 months. So I'm honestly surprised it took that long. I thought Cyclops might get the Colossus treatment, which was like close to 8 or 9 months. And I don't see Cyclops nearly as required for the team as Colossus was, so even 6 months was a very long time. We still have Red Skull yet to come back, so hopefully maybe he's next on the list. And so it looks like they've also added 3 more slots to the Raid store as well. 1 extra character slot, so that'll bump it to a total of 4, and then 2 more slots for Orange Gear. So I guess that's an improvement, but people still complain lots about not being able to find the character they're looking for in the Raid store. 1 slot is okay, 3 would have been even better, but it is what it is, I guess, and we can only do so much. So it says here that we are getting the Baron Mordo Blitz on Monday, so that is going to be the start of the new Blitz stuff, I guess, and the new reward scheme. So we'll have to take a look on that and see how that changes with the scores. I'll probably post another video, and I'm going to compare, maybe I might do some more blitzing during this blitz just so I can compare some of my points and how that stacks up with Mondays, so that we can sort of compare and see if it's better or worse. Hopefully it's better, of course. And then it does look like that we're getting a Colossus blitz on Thursday, so that's good too if you need him. I just recently 7-starred him, but I know not everyone's in the same position as I am, so if you need some more Colossus shards, or if you need to unlock him, Colossus is a really great character and super helpful for the X-Men team. And here it looks like that we are getting a double shards, of course, for the Shuri event, which is coming up. So if you need to farm Venom, Shocker, or Green Goblin, this is also really good because they're Spider-Verse characters. So if you need to double up for Invisible Woman, for the Sinister Six, Shocker and Green Goblin are both part of the Sinister Six, so take advantage of this so that you can get some more shards for the Invisible Woman camp event when it comes back around. And of course Venom is a great character because he's used in the Symbiote team, so definitely farm these up if you need them. And that's all for the blog post. It was a bit short, but there was a lot of meat here with the Blitz updates. So this is going to be really important, I think, going forward, and see if this really makes an overall improvement. I think, I'm curious what people have to say about this with regards to like new character blitzes, because there is going to be that cap of 8 rotations per 24-hour period. So I am wondering how this is going to impact sort of those points and whether or not people have a good opinion of that or not. Personally, like I said, I don't really do 8 rotations a day, so I think for me this will be nicer because maybe I won't have to blitz as hard to get the top 2% for that. But now that they've removed the top 2,000, we really need to see sort of what the shard adjustments are for the top 2%. It used to be 85 shards for top 2,000 and 55 for top 2%. Now, I'm hoping it's somewhere in between, like 75 or 80 shards for top 2%, and that way I'm not going to complain too much, and it should be easy overall to hit that easier to hit that top 2% than hitting the top 2,000. And, people who want to battle it out for top 100, they can go ahead and do that. But I am genuinely curious about the improvements here, and I hope that is for the better. Other than that, I think that's all for this blog post. I do have one more thing to talk about, though, and we'll be going back into the game for that. Well, I said we'd be jumping back into the game, and I didn't exactly mean that, but I do have this photo here. This was from yesterday, and this was the event in the events page here that was caught out by a few people, that there was this versus battle match balanced draft event that came up here. I think this was around 11 a.m. Pacific or something like that. It was only up for maybe an hour or so, or maybe less than that. And this allowed people to queue up for balanced matches, which I imagine they were meaning to bring out, and then it didn't really work. As far as I'm aware, that people who did try, they were, queuing up, but nothing actually happened. And I think it caused crashing and things like that. So it didn't actually work as intended. So as we can see, it was almost a 6-day event or 5.5-day event. something to do with balanced draft, and we don't really know much more about that. There was a mention in the patch notes saying that they were going to do this. I had kind of thought that it was going to be a more permanent feature of the game, but maybe this is just going to come back, almost like maybe like a tournament system, maybe perhaps, or some sort of milestone points that you would get at different parts of the the season or something like that. I was really looking forward to this PvP balanced draft to play with other people and match up against random players, because I really like PvP. Now, I don't know about you guys, and maybe you guys don't like PvP as much as I do. If we can streamline how long it takes to get through the process of the banning and all of that, then I think there's something there. And honestly, I'm probably maybe the crazy one here, but I kind of actually wish that there was maybe some character unlocks behind PvP game modes, like a PvP tournament or something, like something fresh that would give you something new to talk about and to unlock with characters, rather than doing the same formula that we do of either Blitz or campaign event or a milestone. That seems to be at every single patch. There's at least 1 or 2 Blitz characters, 1 milestone character, 1 campaign event, and then a legendary event every couple patches or something like that. But I think this would be a great, refreshing way to unlock a new character. But hey, maybe I'm just the crazy one who likes competitive game modes here. And that's all I wanted to talk about for today. There's some pretty good news here, especially regarding Blitz changes. I think people were getting a bit antsy and not sure when it was coming, but looks like we got some better confirmation with changes, hopefully going live on Monday's Mordo Blitz. So keep an eye out there for the changes, especially to how points are being accumulated, and I really hope it's a positive improvement. Also, I'll be doing a separate video regarding the new Milestone event and discussing the mentorship tag and who you could use for the various game modes. Ideally, it might pop up in the event window soon so that we can see how many points we'll be getting out of it, and so we can do some proper spreadsheeting and calculations on how much we need to play to get it all done. But that's all from me for today, and hope everyone enjoys the rest of their Friday and their weekend. And of course, until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you all next time. Boylan signing out.